Have you ever heard something about misplaced priorities? Then in this video, I'm going to show you how you could be operating with misplaced priorities, especially when it comes to investments. Getting your priorities right or having a clear hierarchy of what you need to start from in putting your finances in order is definitely going to save you a lot of pain in the future. My name is Brian and welcome to Moneyversations. The first account that you need to open and start putting your money is an emergency fund account. And just like the name suggests, emergencies don't send notices. And just because today everything is okay, does not mean that things will be the same tomorrow. And for that reason, before you plan to buy anything major or before you decide to start investing in other investment classes, the first thing that you need to prioritize or worry about is setting up an emergency fund account. Basically, all you have to do is to have a goal to save between 3 to 6 months worth of your total monthly expenses. If your income stopped, for example, or something went wrong somewhere, then you will have money that will be able to cushion you through that bad time. And what it does, it gives you peace of mind that enables you to spread your wings to all other areas without constantly staying in fear. Now, all you need to do is to open a money market fund account right now and start channeling your money there as soon as today. As I go to number 2, please take a second to like this video, and if it's your first time here, please consider subscribing. All my subscribers are interested in financial literacy and knowledge. So welcome to the gang. The next place to invest in is in short-term savings. By this I mean that there are financial goals that you have in the short term, things that you need to do perhaps in the next 12 months or even less. This basically includes things like small purchases of appliances in your house, TV, microwave, or raising money for the next year's school fees for your child, or raising money for insurance, whether it is medical or motor vehicle insurance. This could also mean saving money or capital to start a small side hustle or business. So learning to plan ahead for the short-term financial needs takes away the pressure that catches up with you whenever you've not planned till the last minute and you have to take a loan perhaps to fill that gap. Most of these short-term goals, such as school fees for next year or like something like a medical emergency, are not supposed to be emergencies. Start planning for them. The third place to consider putting your money is the last expense cover. If there's one favor that you can do everybody, including yourself, is by being a blessing when you're alive, and even much more being a blessing when you die. And how can you be a blessing when you die? That's by not giving people a headache or a hard time giving you a decent send-off. Some people think this is a taboo and they don't even want to talk about it. But man, since WhatsApp happened, the most common thing that we have seen in the groups created are mainly intended to raise funds to give send-off, a decent send-off to a loved one. What we don't realize is that this is one of the cheapest plan that exists in the whole of the financial planning world. In most of these WhatsApp fundraisers, I see people struggle to raise 100K or maybe 200K, not unless you're influential and had very good networks, but then by simply paying 3K or even less just once a year. If anything happened to you or anyone in your family, and that's your spouse or kids or parents-in-laws, that could make available up to 250K within 48 hours to give anyone in your family a decent send-off. So unless you're a celebrity, please don't put your family in a situation where they have to keep begging and pleading for assistance, and let them have peace of mind, or maybe you also have peace of mind while mourning. The fourth place to invest in is in a whole of life cover. This is the magical life-changing investment that creates generational wealth. It has the ability to buy you time, and it has the ability as well to save all your assets from going down the drain in case anything happened abruptly. Apparently, this is the only investment that is not challenged in a court of law, and one does not need to go through the law of succession to get the money that was meant for them. If you thought that being next of kin is everything that you need to have your money go to your dependents, then go check this video out and see the real next of kin, I will leave a link on the description below. Well, sometimes people die leaving behind so many debts, and therefore this will help settle all of those debts. And at times people die without having amassed enough wealth to leave behind as inheritance. But then this buys you the time and the capital that you need to build this wealth. It is an inheritance ready for your children from the day that you sign up for it. It's the #1 generational wealth creator and a must-have for every parent. Also, it comes very affordable. Now, after you've taken care of these pressing priorities, then the fifth option that you can now look into is mid-term savings or investments. And this includes things like saving money towards purchasing a big asset like a plot or land or an income-generating asset, to start investing in equities or things like that. This should be something that is not very urgent but has a range of 3 to 5 years timeline. It also includes plans to save for your children's high school or campus education as well. This is also the part where you need to include things like medical insurance, property insurance, and start thinking more about mitigating the risks that are likely to face you as you go along. The sixth priority can now be starting a business or buying an income-generating asset. If you already have some money or perhaps have been making some savings, then this is the time to consider starting that business or buying that income-generating asset. Most of the people get to this step before they take care of the earlier 5 priorities, therefore end up compromising everything, which leads to high failure rate of businesses. Or perhaps people end up blaming assets as being not productive. Haven't you heard how people say things like, hey, don't try that asset, don't try that business because it will run you dry? Most of those people skipped the priorities earlier and jumped into this stage that they are not prepared for. And last but not least, after putting all the above into consideration, the next thing that you can now do is to get into long-term savings or investments like retirement or pension, like real estate investments, like investing in shares and things which are pretty long-term. I have seen people crying in my office when they come to collect benefits from their dead spouse who was the breadwinner, only to find out that the late prioritized saving for something like pension or retirement before they planned for a whole of life cover. And just to give you a picture in figures, if person A decided to save 3,000 for retirement and by bad luck they died after 12 months, and person B took 2K to a whole of life cover and the remaining 1K put it on a pension and also died after 12 months, person A's spouse will collect 36,000 back, which is the total contribution that they had made over the past 1 year, while the spouse to person B will be collecting, and this depending on the age of the late, anything between 1 and 3 million, and on top of it 12,000 from their pension savings as well. So now between person A and person B who had mixed or misplaced priorities, now that's what I'm talking about. Having said all that, it doesn't mean that you need to take years before you go through this hierarchy of investments, because most of these things can be done concurrently. But the main point here is that don't skip to stage 6 if you had not taken care of stage 1 and 2. Don't jump to stage 7 if you are yet to handle stage 5 and 4. Depending on the amount of income that you have, if it is small, squeeze it towards priority first. If it allows you, then stretch it by first dealing with the priorities first, then go to the rest. With careful planning and with the help of a financial advisor or some little research, you can be able to split your little income to take care of all these stages. Now, if you're watching this anytime in the future, then I have probably done a video for each and every one of these priorities in details to help you understand everything that you need to know about them, and their link should be on the description below. But so as to not miss whenever I post them, make sure you press the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to ensure that you get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.